In the back of my mind, I'll be working to them deadlines, trying to push some quotes so I elope up to them headlines. Living life for the foolish and not knowing it. Distracted by the racket, I'm rapping and that be showing it. Got my eyes on the clock, I hit it top, cut the crap, no time for that. If I'ma make the track, rock gonna make it ripping, you're tripping. I'm stripping down this chart, narc, sipping on the dripping. I'm singing rap, the dark art, flow smart, show hot. If it blows, I'll make it mark. In my prime to beat the time, so I shift it back from the start.
UK hip hop's been going as long as American hip hop, really, because as soon as American hip hop came out, it influenced England. I think in the 80s when it first came out, it seemed like everybody was a breakdancer, you know what I mean? Everyone was into it, and then it kind of faded out because in England, since then, we've had so much different music come in that's kind of bumped hip hop out to the certain.
The majority of UK hip hop stuff, certainly at the beginning, was coming out of London. And if we contrast that with New York, you know what I mean? You know, politically, geographically, historically, they're two very different cities. Although there's a lot of common ground, a lot of links. But the UK scene borrows from a lot of different elements that aren't necessarily, you know, present in a lot of the New York hip hop, and therefore the UK stuff has a very distinctive sound.
I think in London, being in London makes you open-minded because London's got so much diverse cultures that come to London and mix and integrate. Whereas in America, it's pretty much segregated. Even now, that affects the culture and that affects hip hop.
Listen, you can't fucking prove it, move it out my way. Feds are on me like twice a day, it's like half their fools are gay and think they're still real.
I've been like living around East London all my life. I've been doing music for like 7, 8 years now, roughly. I was like influenced by the music that they listen to. There's a lot of rap, R&B, hip-hop, all of them. We're working with smaller studios, sheds, garages, bedrooms, things like that.
The people that I've worked with and things like that, they was rapping on the street in the beginning, do you know what I mean?
I think there's always going to be the street thing. When you've got MCs, they're always going to do it on the street. Even the other day we went out and we were outside a club, there were a few MCs, you know, we just walked out and some guy was giving it and someone else was rapping, someone walks past that thinks they can spit, in they come, next thing you know you've got 40 people there all jamming it out. I think that'll always be there, and I think that's what's great about hip hop.
I used to have, what, 7, 8 people in there at a time, drinking, smoking. I'll either be mixing and we'll have a mic in the middle of the room and everybody would just, after each other, come on the mic or whatever, be recording it. These times it was tape, and then all of a sudden you update it to like a mini disc.
Now it's more focused on rapping, which is not just, that's rapping, but that's not just hip hop. Hip hop is the whole culture, the whole realm of it.
The graphics on the skateboards inspired me to start drawing because it was the first sort of style I saw that I could do myself. Certain artists had kind of non-conventional styles. With graph it's quite repetitive, so you choose your name and then you just play around with the letters. The inspiration comes from, I don't know, other writers that you see and you like their style, whatever, so you choose a specific style and then whatever comes naturally to you, you just carry on. London's an interesting place for graph because you get a spectrum of everything, you know. I think it's a very diverse scene, you know. We have a specific look to our graph, but then, you know, we have artists come from different countries, they give us a different influence. You know, a lot of our crews will go and write with other teams in different countries and they'll get tips and styles from them and bring them back, you know. And then the new generation of kids, that's what they see, you know, as this kind of evolved style.
This one's called White Light.
In the US, beatboxing is very street still.
It's very underground, and in the UK, it's getting a lot more mainstream. It's not so much. It's still very underground, but it's not as much as it was, and you see it kind of everywhere now. I get a lot of inspiration from all types of different music, like Motown, rock, blues, classical, just everything. It depends what kind of music you come up from. There's people like me who just still keep it very raw and still full vocal with nothing else. It's kind of more street, just playing like beats.
We all come from different dance backgrounds. Each of us have like a completely different style.
It's like everyone concentrates on their own creativity. That's the thing, you know. It's an art, you know. It's how you feel. You know, some people like to do more acrobatics and like blend that with their character. You know, so be it. Everyone aims to be as complete as possible, but everyone will always have like their little favorite twitch to it, you know what I mean?
The most important thing with breaking is that you are individual. Otherwise, like, you're not really expressing yourself truly, because people are all different, do you know what I mean? And like, I think we do express like our personalities when we dance, and that's what really comes out. Now, they've got things like bouncy castles on the dance floor with girls in short skirts. This ain't hip hop, man.
Yeah, man.
People like that is killing hip hop. Like, we are hip hop, yeah? And people like that who's like wearing their bling and shit and saying that they are hip hop. Like, how is that hip hop? I'm sorry, but you're just exploiting like a name of something, thinking you're cool or whatever, trying to make money out of shit, and just like, it's just however they can make money, do you know what I mean? And it's like exploiting females at the same time.
Sensationalism, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's more, people are buying into it.
Sort of music that is being branded hip hop these days, to me, isn't hip hop at all. Do you know what I mean? In my mind, hip hop is not a genre of music. It's a way of. It sounds corny, but it's a way of life. Do you know what I mean? It's like the DIY mentality. You know, you don't have a lot of money to go out and you know, go to gigs or, you know, buy artworks. You do it yourself. Do you know what I mean? You make your own fun.
It's starting to change. The tables are turning slightly towards that. You're finding people are veering away from that kind of sensationalist hip hop and going towards some more real stuff that they can relate to.
Yeah.
What we like to do at the end of a session like this is get everybody back on stage and just jam and freestyle. Do we have violin? Do we have Hobbit on the beatbox? Yes. Do we have funk guitar? Have we got Xander multi-vocalist? Have we got Dex? Have we got myself on the mic? Okay.
Breaking's, this is my passion, it's my love. I do it with my two best friends. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just so fulfilling in every kind of way and sense. So I'm just going to keep on doing it.
Just trying to keep it going so that we can just keep doing what we love, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Hopefully in the future it'll pay off.
Well, graph is really an indulgence of mine. It's something that I love to do. Do you know what I mean? Whether I'm paid for it or not.
Money is not the key thing. If I was after money, I would have made money a long time ago by just doing the commercial thing. Gangster.
I was born to be a rapper. Yeah.
Everyone should write lyrics. I feel it. Dropped out art college. Spirit gifted. Too humble to admit it. Lyrics exhibit wet dreams for critics. Spoke to some females that said we used to party all the time when your brother was a DJ. Now we're activists, set the mood. John the Baptist for the next niggas to rap to this. Tomorrow, try to kiss goodbye to the sorrow. Kids coming up looking for someone to follow. So
I won't take no for an answer. I was born to be a rapper.
Yo, you still feel this? I'm the sickest, itchy the killer. Red blood splashed in acrylic. Remember me? Nah, you mixed up in celebrity. I'm Chuck D. Flavor.